Vai dali, vai dali! No, no, no. Senti.
Welcome to Warzone Frontline. In today's video, we take you straight into the heart of the Ukraine war, captured through raw GoPro footage that brings you closer than ever to the front lines. From intense urban combat to moments of survival under fire, this is the reality soldiers face every day. Viewer discretion is advised. If you want real frontline content, subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated. Two Russian soldiers race across open terrain on a quad bike, fast, exposed, and with no cover in sight. In a battlefield dominated by drones, every second like this is a risk. Then suddenly, a Ukrainian FPV drone zeroes in. It closes the gap in moments, no warning, no escape. Impact. A violent explosion tears through the vehicle, sending fragments flying in every direction. As the dust settles, a revealing detail comes into view. They were likely transporting FPV drones of their own. One frame is completely ripped apart, hinting at the mission they were on. Yet somehow, incredibly, both soldiers survive the blast stunned, disoriented, but alive. And what happens next changes everything. A reconnaissance drone hovers silently above the battlefield, its camera capturing the chilling aftermath of a failed armored assault near the village of Zalazhnich in Zaporizhia Oblast. Below, the ground tells a brutal story. A destroyed armored personnel carrier lies twisted and burned, surrounded by the wreckage of other vehicles that never made it through. What was once a coordinated advance has been reduced to scattered metal and silence. The scene reveals just how quickly things unraveled. Some vehicles appear frozen in place, caught mid-movement, as if the attack was halted in an instant. There are no signs of retreat, no tracks leading away, no regrouping, only the stark evidence of an operation that collapsed under fire before it could even begin. From above, the scale becomes clearer. This wasn't just a single strike, but a complete breakdown of momentum. Every frame captured by the drone underscores the intensity of the engagement and raises the question of what exactly went wrong in those critical moments. Was it precise artillery, hidden anti-armor teams, or drones guiding every strike with deadly accuracy? Amid the chaos of the battlefield, a lone soldier spots a new kind of threat cutting through the sky. A Russian kamikaze UAV, fast, unpredictable, and deadly. With no time to take cover, he raises his AK-74, tracking the drone as it closes in. Every second counts. The air tightens with tension as he fires controlled bursts, trying to hit a target that's built for speed and precision. Then impact. The drone spirals, losing control before crashing out of the sky. A split-second victory in a war where machines hunt men. But moments like this are rare, and the danger is far from over. Across multiple FRONTS, Donetsk, Luhansk, and Kherson, the battlefield shifts in silence before erupting in precision strikes. Ukrainian FP-2 kamikaze UAVs move low and fast, hunting high-value targets deep behind the lines. These aren't random hits, this is calculated disruption. Eyes in the sky identify critical systems, and within moments the drones are already closing in. One of the primary targets, the Tor M1 air defense system. Designed to detect and destroy aerial threats, it suddenly becomes the target itself. The strike is swift and decisive, eliminating a key layer of protection and opening the door for further aerial operations. Not far behind, the R-330ZH Zhitl electronic warfare systems, built to jam signals and disrupt communications, are also taken out, leaving entire sectors vulnerable and exposed. But the strikes don't stop there. UAV depots, where drones are stored, assembled, and prepared for missions, are hit, igniting secondary explosions that ripple through the area. Fuel and lubricant depots go up in flames, thick smoke rising into the sky, signaling a deeper blow to mobility and sustainment. Without fuel, even the most advanced equipment becomes useless. Logistical support facilities, often overlooked but absolutely vital, are struck next. Supply chains begin to fracture. Ammunition, equipment, coordination, all thrown into disarray in a matter of moments. What unfolds isn't just destruction, but a systematic breakdown of operational capability. From above, reconnaissance feeds capture the chain reaction, each strike amplifying the next, each loss compounding the chaos. This is modern warfare at full intensity, where speed, intelligence, and precision define the outcome, and where every successful hit shifts the balance just a little further. But the deeper impact isn't just what's destroyed, it's what follows. With air defenses crippled and electronic warfare systems offline, the skies become far more dangerous for anything moving below. Every vehicle, every supply route, every position is suddenly exposed to constant surveillance and potential strike. Command and control begins to fracture. Units struggle to communicate, to coordinate, to even understand what's happening around them. The loss of drone depots means fewer eyes in the sky, fewer tools to respond. And as fuel reserves burn, mobility slows to a crawl, turning once fluid operations into stalled targets. This is how momentum shifts, not always through massive offensives, but through precise, relentless pressure that erodes capability piece by piece and sets the stage for what comes next. And once that pressure reaches a tipping point, the entire front can begin to unravel. Positions that once held firm are forced into hesitation, then retreat. Every delay creates new vulnerabilities. Every gap invites another strike. What started as targeted hits now shapes the battlefield itself, reshaping movement, strategy, and survival. And in this environment, where nothing goes unseen for long, the next move becomes more critical than ever. And that's where the uncertainty takes hold. Commanders must decide whether to reinforce weakened sectors or pull back before losses deepen. Every option carries risk. Push forward and face unseen threats from above. Fall back and concede ground already paid for. The battlefield becomes a constant calculation, where timing is everything, and hesitation can be just as dangerous as action. Across the front lines and deep into contested territory, Donetsk City, the village of Blagoveshchenka in Kherson Oblast, and the settlement of Adar in Luhansk, a new pattern of warfare is unfolding with relentless precision. Ukrainian FP-1 and FP-2 kamikaze UAVs are no longer just striking equipment, they're hunting the system behind the system. Every movement, every signal, every launch point is being watched, and then targeted. It begins at one of the most critical moments: launch. Operators preparing Russian Gerber and Shad UAVs, expecting to send their own drones into the sky, suddenly become targets themselves. Before their mission even begins, Ukrainian FPV drones dive in, striking at the exact second of vulnerability. It's a brutal shift, turning hunters into the hunted in real time. But the strikes don't stop at personnel. The focus quickly expands to the backbone of battlefield defense. Tor M1 and Tor M2 air defense systems, designed to intercept aerial threats, are identified and engaged with calculated accuracy. These systems, often positioned to shield key assets, are neutralized before they can respond effectively. With each successful hit, a protective layer disappears, exposing everything beneath it. Electronic warfare units, built to jam signals and disrupt incoming drones, are also under constant threat. Systems intended to blind and confuse are themselves being tracked and eliminated. Once these are taken out, the battlefield becomes far more transparent. Drones can operate with fewer obstacles, and targeting becomes even more precise. Then come the deeper strikes, the ones that ripple through the entire structure of operations. Ammunition depots erupt into violent secondary explosions, sending shockwaves across nearby positions. Logistics facilities, where coordination, supply, and planning converge, are hit, creating confusion and slowing response times. Communication towers, critical for maintaining contact across units, are brought down, fragmenting command and control. Fuel and lubricant depots ignite into massive fires, thick smoke rising high above the horizon. These aren't just visual markers, they signal a severe blow to mobility. Without fuel, armored units stall, transport grinds to a halt, and operational flexibility begins to collapse. What was once a moving force becomes fixed, predictable, vulnerable. Even artillery assets like the two S-1G Gvozdika self-propelled systems are not spared. These mobile guns, capable of delivering sustained firepower, are tracked and targeted before they can relocate. A system designed for mobility and support becomes another static loss on the battlefield. From above, reconnaissance feeds piece together the full picture. Each strike is not isolated, it's part of a broader pattern, a coordinated effort to dismantle capability layer by layer. Air defense, electronic warfare, logistics, communication, firepower, all systematically pressured, all under constant observation. What makes this even more significant is the timing. These strikes aren't random, they're synchronized to hit at moments of maximum vulnerability. During movement, during setup, during launch, when reaction time is lowest and impact is highest. It's a strategy built not just on firepower, but on timing, intelligence, and precision. And as this pattern continues across multiple regions, the cumulative effect becomes impossible to ignore. Gaps begin to form. Coverage weakens. Response times slow. Units operate with less coordination, less protection, and far greater risk. The battlefield shifts, not through one massive breakthrough, but through continuous targeted disruption. In this evolving environment, survival depends on adaptation. Static positions become liabilities. Predictable routines become dangerous. Every signal emitted, every movement made, carries the risk of being detected and targeted within moments. The line between offense and defense blurs as both sides fight not just for territory, but for control of the invisible space above it. And as the drone war intensifies, one thing becomes clear. This is no longer just about firepower. It's about who can see first, act faster, and strike with precision before the other side even realizes they've been exposed. And what unfolds next could redefine how these battles are fought entirely. Thank you for watching Warzone Frontline. What you've seen today is just a glimpse into the harsh realities faced on the ground. Stay informed, stay aware, and remember the human cost behind every moment. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you never miss real Frontline updates. Drop your thoughts in the comments, we want to hear from you.